Chapter 2. Setting Out. After several months of planning, everything was ready. On May 14th, 1804, the expedition set out from a camp near St. Louis, Missouri. The men sailed their boats north along the Missouri River. Whenever they stopped to rest, the men explored the lands around the river. They found many animals to hunt. Some, such as bison, were familiar, but many were new to the explorers. These animals included prairie dogs, bighorn sheep, and grizzly bears. Both Lewis and Clark kept journals during the journey. They described the plants and animals they saw. They also recorded the topography of the land. Clark drew maps too. Members of the Mandan and Arikara communities watched. As the group made its way across the territories where they lived, these American Indians met the explorers. Lewis and Clark gave them flags, medals, clothes, and tobacco as tokens of friendship. The explorers spoke admiringly of President Jefferson. They called him the Great Father in Washington, D.C. The explorers met the Mandan people in late October. Winter was coming, so Lewis and Clark built a fort near the Mandans. And they called it Fort Mandan. The men cut down trees to build wooden huts. Despite the hard work, everyone found ways to relax. Sometimes one man played the violin. Everyone would dance, be silly, and enjoy themselves into the night. At the Mandan camp, Lewis and Clark met Toussaint Charbonneau. He was a French Canadian trapper, and trader. Charbonneau lived among the Hidatsa people. He introduced the explorers to his wife, Sacagawea. She was a member of the Shoshone tribe. Charbonneau and Sacagawea each spoke several languages. They offered to join the expedition as translators. Lewis and Clark agreed. That winter, Sacagawea gave birth to a baby boy. He became the youngest member of the expedition. During the winter, Lewis and Clark studied their maps and made plans. By the time spring arrived, they were ready to continue their journey. In April 1805, they said goodbye to Fort Mandan and continued west. They hoped to travel all the way to the Pacific Ocean.